Can you see what's on my screen? Class? Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
yan, yung lesson 4 po natin is all about measures of position or relative position. Ayan, relative position. Noon kasi, when you're talking about position nung high school tayo, nung high school kasi tayo, or yes, junior high tayo, measures of position or quantiles tayo. Pero ngayon kasi, yung topic natin, measures of relative position. Kaya merong na ibang konting, konting ano natin or meron yung dagdag pa tayo. So yan. So the measures of relative positions are conversions of values, usually standardized test scores, show where a given value stands in relation to other values of the same grouping. So yan. Okay, so we have 4 actually or 3, pero meron tayong pang-apat yung box and whisker plots. So the first natin is yung standard score. So our standard score or z-score is the first measure. So the standard score or the z-score. So yung ito parang madi-discuss more natin sa ating lesson 5. Yeah, yung standard score or z-score indicates how many standard deviations an element is from the mean. So, hindi ko na iaano yan. Yung ipapalabas ko kaagad is yung formula. So, the formula is this one. Z is equal to X, mean and standard deviation, wherein X is the row score, U is the population mean, and ito yung standard deviation. Okay? So, the row score minus the mean over the standard deviation. Yan yung ating formula para malaman natin yung z-score ng isang row score. So, karamihan ng range ng ating z-score is from -4 to 4. Yan lang yung parang range ng sagot natin. Karamihan ng sagot natin is -4 to 4. Ayan. So parang yung z-score kasi parang ipapakita nito kung saan ka nabibilang or ano yung position mo. Ayan. Ah, kung ano yung position mo daw. First ka ba, second, or pang ano ka ba na position? Yan. Hindi ko alam kung anong position na iisip ninyo ngayon. Okay? Pero alam ko yung mga grid dyan, ibang position ang naiisip. Yan. Okay? So, ang example dyan kasi is, let's say, 98 yung score mo. Yung gamit ng standard score or z-score, pinapakita niya kung, example, ito yung ating mean. Are you above the mean or are you below the mean? Nasa baba ka ba ng mean natin or nasa taas ka ng mean natin? Yun yung parang gustong ipalabas kasi ng standard score or the z-score. Okay? So, how to interpret z-scores? Yan. Kapag yung z-score mo daw is less than 0, then it represents that an element has less than the mean. Let's say yung score mo is 98. Yung z-score niya is negative 0.05. Then that means that negative 0.05 is less than 0, kaya the element is less than the mean. So, nasa baba ng mean. Pero kapag greater than 0, the element is greater than the mean. Kapag 0 equals to 0 or the z-score is equal to 0, then the element is equal to the mean. Okay, so nasa mean ka or average. Then if it represents an element that is one standard deviation, yan. 1, -1, 2, -2, 3, -3, 4, -4. So yan yung mga possible na sagot natin when we're talking about z-scores. Meron din siyang decimals, depende sa score mo. Yeah. Okay. So, do you have questions? Meron po ba tayong tanong tungkol sa ating standard scores or z-score? Ganun lang po kumuha ng ating z-score. May tanong? Napapakinggan niyo ba ako?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Sir. Ang kamat kami nag-imimik. Kunakit din no baka sasawak lang dito yung katan yung madungdungog. Okay, so let's have an example. So, Venice. Yan. So, Venice scored 55 on a mathematics test that has a mean of 45 and a standard deviation of 10. So, mathematics test daw. So, 55 here is our x, yung 45 is mean, and yung 10 is yung ganon. Okay. So, let's say if you're going to solve the standard score or the z-score, you are going to, anong tawag doon? You're going to substitute. Isusubstitute lang naman natin sila sa ating formula. Kaya, let's say 55. Yan, 55. Mean is 45. Yan is 10. Okay, so yan, you're just going to substitute that one. So 55 minus 45 is 10, divided by 10 is equal to 1. Okay, so our answer there is, or the standard score is 1. At kung maaalala nyo, kung 1 yung sagot, this is the first standard deviation. Okay, yung isa daw is, yung English test has a mean of 56, a standard deviation of 12. Yung score niya is 70. Kaya 70 minus 56 divided by 12 is equal to 1.12. So that is how you're going to get. Then kapag i-compare daw natin silang dalawa, ito is 1, ito is 1.17. That means that mas mataas yung performance niya sa English kaysa sa math. Ayan. So that is how you're going to compare. Okay. Yan. Okay. So, yan po yung paraan ng pagkuha natin ng isang standard score. Yan. So let's say, suppose that the mean of a test is 122 and the S is 4. So yan, kapag yung mean ay 122 and the standard deviation is 24, Jose earns a score of 146 on the test. Josie pala, hindi Jose. Her deviation from the mean is 146 minus 122 is 24. Okay? If Edlin's score is 110, ano daw yung kaniyang standard or z-score? So 110 yung score ni Edlin. Yung mean is 122, so minus the mean, which is 122 divided by 24, which is the standard deviation. So dito 110 minus 122 is negative 12 over 24. Cancel natin yan. Cancel natin yon, maging 1, maging 2. So that is negative 1 half, which is equal to negative 0.5. Ayan. So yan yung paraan ng pag-solve natin ng isang standard score or the z-score. Okay, so dito naman, yan. Okay, so yan yung scores nila. Yung score first is 145 yung score niya daw ng test 1. Dito naman yung score niya ay 60. The mean is 100, the standard deviation is 15, the mean is 40, the standard deviation is 5. So dito 145 minus 100 is 45 divided by 15, that is 3. 60 minus 40 is 20 divided by 5 is 4. So anong mas mataas kaya yung score? Is it test 1 or test 2? Ano class? Test 1 or test 2?
Test 2, sir.
So
Okay.
test 2.
So it's test 2 kasi positive 4. Yan.
Yes po.
Okay, so that is our nang tawag doon? That is our standard score or finding the z-score of a um, certain problem. Do you have question in finding the z-score?
None, sir.
Are you
No po,
sure?
sir.
Okay, so punta tayo sa quizzes ninyo. So let's answer the first three items. So, pasok na po tayo before akong mag-start ng ating tanong. Okay? So yung unang tanong is just an example. Again, your answer must be mathematics or letter B or mathematics. Okay? So yung ang sagot natin sa unang tanong sa ating quiz na to is mathematics or letter B. So bahala kayo kung mali yung sagot ninyo. Wala kayong plus points dyan. Okay, let's start with our quizzes. Okay, nakikita nyo? Sige, let's start. May advantage kung medyo mabilis kang magpindot ng sagot mo at tama yun. Kasi the faster you have clicked, the higher the points you will get. Valdez, Gerald. Gerald Valdez, Dayan Balsita. Okay. So meron pang nagsagot ng ano. Okay, so our first question. What is the other term for standard score? Okay. So, the other term is z-score. May nakasagot pa rin ng S-score, P-score, and quartiles. The answer is z-score. Hindi ko po ma-open yung link. Ay, sorry ka na lang, Jumila. Next. Spectator ka na lang. What is you? Okay. Next, 2, 1. What does a z-score of 0 mean? Okay, so a z-score of 0 means that it is equal to, or the score is equal to the mean. Okay, so before we continue, of course, we're going to discuss the next lesson or the next part, the next content of our lesson 4, which is all about percentile. So kung naaalala nyo ba yung anong tawag doon? Naalala nyo ba yung NKA or NAT ninyo noon? Nag-NAT na ba kayo? Nag-NKA na kayo?
Yes
Yes,
po,
sir.
sir.
Yes, okay. Kung nakuha nyo man or nakita nyo man yung scores ninyo or yung parang result ng inyong NKA, meron kayong percentile rank doon or percentile. Okay? So the percentile determines kung ilan yung natalo mo or ilan yung mga scores or ilan yung mga tao na mas mababa yung score sa inyo. Ayan. Okay? So, ang example doon is the 80th percentile is the value below 80%. Okay? So, ayan. So, percentile for a given data value. So, andito yung percentile of score, number of data. Ayan. So, para malaman natin kung ano yung formula, let's have the example kaagad. So, in examination, meron daw tayong 4,500 students na nag-take ng exam. Yung kay Jed daw, nakuha niyang score niya is 340. And si 340 na yon may natalo daw or higher daw siya kaysa 2,898 students. Okay, so the percentile is equal to the total number of students or the number of data values less than X. So, 2,898 kasi yun yung mas mababa. Then, 4,500 yung total. So, 2,898 divided by 45 is 0.644 times 100. The answer is actually 64.4. Pero sa percentile, hindi siya point something. Buo siya. So our answer is 64. You're going to round that one. So kapag 64.5, it would be 65. The answer will be 65. Nakuha ba?
Yes, sir.
Class, nakuha? So let's say yung 64 yun na percentile daw ninyan, yung 64 na percentile daw niya, that means that siya yung pang 64th percentile. That means na 64% ay natalo niya. 64% ng lahat ng 44.5 na yon is natalo niya, natalo ng score niya. Yun yung gustong iparating ng isang percentile. Okay? So ako noon nung nag-take ako ng INCAE ko, nakuha ko yung aking result, it is 94 ata. So that means that 94% of lahat ng mga nag-take ng NKE that time ay natalo ko. Parang ganon. Okay? So, 94%. So, let's say kapag 1,000 kami na nag-take, ay 940 na nag-take ng exam na yon, yun yung natalo ng score ko. Hindi ako, yung score ko lang. Okay? That means na andun ako sa, uh, let's say, kung i-place natin siya, number 39 ako. So, pang number 39 yung score ko. Ayan. So, meron pang mas mataas sa akin, yung 1 to 38 na tao. Ayan. Okay, so, ganyan ang percentile. Then, we have quartile. Okay, for quartile, kung naaalala niyo yung quartile natin, meron tayong measure of quantiles. Yung measure of quantiles natin, yung isa is quartile. Yung pangalawa is decile. And meron yung percentile. Okay, for quartile, it divides the distribution into 4 equal parts. So yun, into 4 equal parts. Decile, 10 equal parts. Percentile, 100 equal parts. Yan. Okay? So, for a quartile, it divides into 4 equal parts. So, let's say, kapag meron tayong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say yan, i-divide daw natin siya into 4 equal parts. 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means na yung una na to, ito yung ating quartile 1. Yung pangalawa, quartile 2. Pangatlo, quartile 3. Yan. Actually, yung quartile 2 natin, ito rin yung median. Median. Yan, median yung quartile 2 natin. That is the median. Okay? So, when we're talking about the quartiles, apat yung distribution. So, we have quartile 1, quartile 2, or the median, and quartile 3. Example here, meron tayong yan. The first thing that you're going to do is for you to arrange the scores para makuha natin yung median or quartile 2. So, kapag finix nyo sila, then yung first na to, ito yung ating, or yung gitnang number, ito yung ating median or the quartile 2. So yan, the median is 23 or quartile 2 is 23. Then after that, of course, kunin mo ulit yung median ng to. O ano yung median nito? Andito. So that is quartile 3. Ano yung median ng yung ito? That is quartile 1. Okay, so kung napansin nyo dito, kung nasa gitna yon, 21 plus 21 divided by 2 is 21. Then 26 plus 28 divided by 2 is 27. So that is how you got your 27 there. Okay? May tanong po ba tayo? Class? May tanong po ba?
Sir, pwedeng paulit paano nakuha yung 27?
27. So, ang gagawin mo is i-add mo yung dalawa. 26 plus 28 divided by 2 which is equal to 27. Nakuha?
Yes po. Thank you.
Okay. Ano pa? Wala na ba? Wala na? So after that one, the last part we have here is the box and whisker plots. Wherein ang kailangan natin sa box and whisker plot is the minimum number or the lowest number, the highest number or the maximum number, then yung quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. So yung example natin kanina na yon, yung ito. So di ba nung inarrange natin siya, this is the minimum, yung 16, yung pinakamaliit. Quartile 1 is 21, quartile 2 is 23, quartile 3 is 27, then yung pinakamataas na score is 30. So yun yung mga crucial na kailangan natin sa paggawa natin ng isang box and whisker plot. Example natin yan. Okay. Gawin natin ulit para makita natin. Kasi actually yung nasa module natin is mali. So may kunti tayong i-fix dito sa module natin. So if you're going to make the box and whisker plot, let's make it black. So kapag box and whisker plot, 'di ba? Yung pinakamaliit na number natin is 16. So yun yung lalagyan na natin ng yan, yung ganyan. So 16 at saka yung pinakamalaking number is 30. Yan, 30. Then hanapin natin si quartile 1. Yung quartile 1 natin kung naaalala nyo that is 21. Yan, dito si 21. So, yan. That is 21. Then yung quartile 3 natin is 27. Nasa gitna na naman dito.
Ayaw mo inom. Isulto mo yan!
Quartile 3 is yan. So, lagyan mo daw ng horizontal. Then, make a box. Yan. Kapag nalagyan mo ng box yun, hanapin mo si 23. 23 is yun. Tama yung placement. Kaya, yan. So, yan. After nimong ganyan, of course, yung yun. Oops. Ba't banking? Yan. So, that is the box whisker plot of our example. So, wag niyang pansinin yun. So, yung pansin po natin is yung ginawa kong box whisker plot. So, yan. So, that is how you're going to make the box whisker plot. May tanong. May tanong po tayo. Class? Meron ba?
None,
Wala,
sir.
Okay, so yun. Actually, yung ending ng ating lesson 4. Of course, we're going to have our lesson 5 next week. Baka Friday or Thursday na naman tayo magkaklase next week. Then after that, the next na Friday na naman or Thursday, yun na yung last. So we have two more, anong tawag doon? We have two more meets to come. So kung wala kayong tanong, tapusin natin yung nasa quizzes natin. Punta ulit kayo sa quizzes. Punta ulit kayo sa ating quizzes. So, yan. Next question. The next question. 3, 2, 1, go. This is a measure indicating the value below. So the correct answer is percentile. So yan. Okay. We have the second to the last question. Second to the last question. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Then our last question. Okay. So, ayan. Hmm. Okay, so we have there the end of our quiz. Quizzes. So, tignan natin yung may pinakamataas yung score. Hmm. Okay, so while waiting, I'm going to send the I'm going to send the attendance. So, Norilyn Tiaranon. Okay, so thank you for participating in that quizzes. Parang experiment ko lang yun. Para next time, medyo mas maganda na yung paraan ng pagkakaroon natin ng quizzes next time. Okay? So, ayan. So, thank you for having this class. Thank you
Thank
sa
you din,
pakikinig.
sir.
Sir, thank
Of
you rin,
course.
sir.
Thank
Uh,
you po.
before kayo mag-leave the meeting,
Gusto kayo
o
marami.
before kayo mag-leave ng meeting, of course, the attendance, don't fill up the attendance before leaving kasi may plus points ang attendance natin. Okay, please fill up. Oh, meron lang naka-fill up. Kapag tapos nun ng na-fill upan, you can now leave the meeting.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Nakalimutan ko palang ng tawag nun. Ay, let me end pala the recording.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you
Bye,
po.
sir. Thank you po.